Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Thanks for checking in here on a very busy Friday. Mitch Moss, Pauly Howard, live downtown Vegas. Circa Resort and Casino is the spot. The match in the quarters is over with. Spain got Belgium 2-1 in 90 minutes on a goal that I'm going to call fluky in like the 88th minute. And they will advance to take on France on Tuesday?
In Dallas.
Okay, there you go. In Dallas. And numbers will be posted on that match anytime now. One odds maker here in Las Vegas projected his number on it was France minus 140 yesterday. And now we have to ask the question, Belgium may be better than,
No doubt.
we all thought going into the game against the U.S.
At least they scored, too.
Yeah. And we go out to the progressive guest line now, more on this. And the match is coming up tomorrow. Malcom Bamford joins the program, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast, and he's been joining us throughout the World Cup. Malcom, good to talk to you again. How are you?
Evening, boys. How we doing? Yes, I am a little bit better after Spain won. They make you sweat for it, don't they? It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts watching Spain play sometimes. But we got there in the end. So, yeah, it sets up the match that we've been waiting for since the draw was made 6 months ago. France-Spain was on the horizon. And that's a matchup we get in a few nights' time, as you say. So, yeah, really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it was squeaky bum time here for Spain bettors in this match, obviously. Okay, so then your initial thoughts on that match against France next week?
I've been Team France. I just think the front four, it's a clash of styles, which is great for the game. It's like a boxing match. It's like anything else. You get a clash of styles. Spain and France have gone about it two different ways. A lot of flair for the French, attacking, lots of goals. And Spain are a lot more pragmatic. I just think if you're the Spanish defence, keeping those French front five quiet for 90 minutes is a big ask. We've seen teams do it for half an hour. Paraguay did it for large parts, although Paraguay showed absolutely no intention of doing anything the other direction, where Spain will have to. Keeping Mbappe, Elise, Dembele, Doué, they look like they've got a little bit more about them than Oyarzabal. Yamal frustrated me tonight. On the other side, Baena. The French look like they've got a little bit more in hand, but it should be an absolutely great game. It's really tough to call. I'd be really interested to see the lines when they come out. If I can get something approaching even money on France in 90 minutes, that's where I'll be heading, I think.
All right. How about Saturday from Miami, England, taking on Norway? And is it coming home? What do you think about the price if England can get there in regulation?
Do you have to ask? I thought England were magnificent in Mexico last weekend.
Yep.
What a game of football. They took a 2-goal lead. They then dealt with the adversity that came their way, which I think is a good sign. It was a very big effort physically and emotionally, but they've had a nice break. They've had a good 5-day break here. And I think they're better than Norway is simply put. They're better than Norway. Norway saw Brazil off, but we knew about Brazil. We've been trying to fade Brazil all tournament, actually. And Norway eventually saw them off. The thing Norway haven't done all tournament, and they've been fortunate not to do so, is go a goal behind. I don't know how they haven't conceded first in a ton of their games. Ivory Coast was the same. And then Brazil missed the penalty. Endrick takes 3 of the worst touches I've ever seen him take when he's one-on-one with a goalkeeper. I'd love to see how Norway react to going a goal down. England have showed loads of different ways of winning. They played a bit of a shootout against Croatia. They had to bide their time against Panama. They had to come from behind against Congo, it was. And then that Mexican game was an all-timer last week. So there's loads of different iterations of this England team. And the good players, Bellingham and Kane, are doing it again. They're stepping up again. There's maybe 2 Norwegians might get anywhere near this England. If we made a combined 11, there's maybe 2 Norwegians that might get near this England combined 11. On all known form, England win this game. And I really like, actually, how they've gone about it. Attitudes, morale, everything about it seems high on England. So this is the ultimate mush. But yeah, I'll be taking England. And I don't mind, actually, a little bit ambitious. My correct score here is England to win 4-1, 28-1. So, yeah, we can all be rich after this one. I do think England have got a few goals in them. They've scored 4 against Croatia. They've scored 3 against Mexico. Similar levels to Norway. So England have got 2 or 3 goals in them, I think.
Well, then, are you going to play the anytime goal scorer market at all? You going to be on Kane or Bellingham? And if Norway gets 1, is it going to be from Holland?
You'd think so.
Right?
This tournament has been wild for the scorers, the main guys. It's been like a comic strip, whether it's Mbappe to Messi, to Kane, to Haaland, even Mo Salah getting in the act. Absolutely everybody has just scored and scored and scored and scored. So why wouldn't it happen again? If England is going to score 3 goals, 2 or 3 goals, Harry Kane will get one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with Erling Haaland is it's not about stopping Erling Haaland because you can't. What you can do is you can stop the supply lines to him. He's not going to pick the ball up like Mbappe did last night. Drop the shoulder, shake his hips and bend one into the far corner. He's not going to carry the ball 25 yards. He's not beautifully balanced, drifting past players. If you can cut off the service, you won't give him that one chance where he'll bust the net. So England know that. England, I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously, but there's a Premier League awareness here. 2 of the defenders in the England team are Manchester City defenders. So I think there'll be a little bit of awareness. Cut off the supply line, and I think we can strangle Norway's best threat.
What do you want to do with shots with England? How ambitious do you want to get?
Well, here's a good question. There's a couple of things. England have got a good record in this tournament for getting shots off. They got 32 off against Croatia, which I find is probably the best comparison game for England. But on the Norway side, they've gave up a lot as well. They've gave up 14, 14 and 16 in the last few games. The XG is quite high. So the line for England shots is 14.5. The starting point at 9 to 10, minus 111, plus 125 for 15.5. And I sort of cut myself off. It's over 20 and a half shots. It's up at 6 to 1. I think this could be quite an open game, especially the knockout nature of it. If Norway try and get back into it, it leaves opportunities at the other end. So 14.5 up to 21 shots. I think England, this could be an offensive game.
Okay, we'll get to Argentina and the Swiss in a second. BetMGM, the first that I have noticed to post, the 3-way number for France-Spain, and it's been moving back and forth. On the 3-way, France was plus 125, down to plus 110, back to plus 125 right now. The draw plus 220, Spain plus 225. You want to be all about France then, right?
Plus 125, I would snap your hand off right now for that price. Yeah,
well,
great
easy.
Yeah, that's it. Done. Next.
Okay, all right. The total's 2.5. Over is plus 105, by the way.
Ooh.
The way it looks.
Really?
Meat Man said 2.5. Loves the over.
Yeah.
The number.
Inside, in Dallas. Okay. How do you see Argentina, Swiss then, lad?
I think this is the one game in this round that might have a little upset on the cards. Argentina, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for Argentina, but frankly, they've faced no kind of opposition. Mm-hmm. Now, that in itself isn't a reason to fade them because it's not their fault that they faced Jordan, Algeria, Austria, and then Cape Verde and Egypt. 5 teams ranked at least bottom half in the tournament, if not bottom third. And they were very fortunate against Cape Verde, and they were even more fortunate against Egypt. So it's safe to say Switzerland are the best side that Argentina have faced here. Switzerland also haven't faced a lot until they faced Colombia. I had Colombia and Argentina on a par. I thought that was going to be a really tight game. As it stands, we don't get to see the game because the Swiss were good enough to see off Colombia. So in a game where we've just seen one side struggle to beat Cape Verde in Egypt. In fact, Argentina didn't beat Cape Verde inside 90 minutes. And we saw Switzerland stifle Colombia. I'm happy to go again. So I've got Switzerland in the double chance market. So that's Switzerland or draw at 90 minutes is plus 110. I can see this being a 1-1 draw. Something terribly fortunate will happen for Argentina in extra time. And they'll go through to the next round. Maybe penalties. But I think Switzerland at least can take them to extra time.
Okay. And how about corners? How do you? I want to attack that market.
Well, this has been sneaky low, and I know no one likes betting the unders. It's not an awful lot of fun. But when I looked at the numbers, I had to sort of triple check because it's all down under 8. The Egypt game for Argentina was 7. The Jordan game was 8. The Austria game finished on 4 match corners. The Algeria game finished on 4 match corners. Switzerland have had a 6 in there. Just looks a little bit high. Argentina don't play with an awful lot of width. So they don't get down to the corner flag and whip it in, hits the defender on the knees corner. It's just not something they do. They play centrally. They play a lot of tiki-taka. They play in front of Switzerland. So the under 9 was the starting point, minus 120. And I don't mind under 8 at plus 137. It's just game script. This is the kind of bet that could make a fool of you. This could be 12 by half time, and I look like an absolute... I look a little bit silly. Let's be polite. So it's just the numbers caught me off guard. I didn't expect those numbers to be so low. So we'll ride the unders on the corners.
Excellent.
Hey, Malcolm. Yeah, great analysis as always. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate that. And best of luck this weekend and beyond.
Cheers, boys. Enjoy the football. Thank you.
Get back at
got
you.
it.
There you go. Malcolm Bamford, Sports Gambling Podcast, joined us here on the Progressive Guest Line. So I did, per his advice and per the number that Jeff Sherman told us about, I took France plus 125.
Okay.
What do you want? Over 2.5 is plus 105. Bet that as well?
I'm with Meatman on that. I see goals. That's aggressive. 4-1 England. Calling his shot.
Yeah.
And then the shots as well. Those are big prices. You get up to 18, 19, 20 shots.
Baseball next. The Brewers are one of more than 800 teams in history to fall under this category, but they're on pace to be the first of those 800 plus to pull this off. The truly historical numbers are next.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Sunday's matchup, Brewers-Pirates, The Miz. Jacob Mizorowski against Paul Skeens. So what does that mean for Tuesday's All-Star game?
I'll go over 6.5 or 7. They have it now.
Okay. Ohtani's not going to make the trip for the All-Star game. They announced that today. He's not making the start tonight. He's taking some time off, injured knee. So if he doesn't pitch in the All-Star game, The Miz doesn't pitch in the All-Star game, Skeens doesn't pitch in the All-Star game, well, that flat out stinks.
Yeah.
I brought this up like a month and a half ago, based on the Cy Young awards market in the NL compared to the American League. It's like, this is a no-brainer. The National League is going to crush this team because they're going to be able to trot out 9 guys and then bring in Mason Miller to say it's going to be 3-0 National League. Well, if nobody's going to be pitching Tuesday night, forget about it. Here's the deal with the Brewers, by the way. What a tweet, OptaStats. In Major League Baseball history, there have been more than 800 instances of a team slugging under 400 in a season of 160 or more games. None of those teams finished that season averaging 5+ runs per game. The 2026 Brewers are on pace to do just that. Currently slugging .398 and averaging 5.12 runs per game. Well, this has been the thing with the Brewers now for a couple years running, is that they don't hit a ton of home runs. We have no idea how the offense is. It's unsustainable, right? Well, it's been going on now for 3 years, so something is in the water in Milwaukee. Evidently, the problem is when they reach the playoffs to go up against the Dodgers, they've had no chance. Now, again, when an offshore book opened up Tarek Skubal's next team odds and Brewers were minus 125, if they would actually make that happen and acquire him, and you can go Miz and Skubal, and then Henderson again was good last night until 1 inning. If Woodruff is healthy, maybe this would be the year that they could actually get by the Dodgers. Who knows?
On pace for 103 wins,
Yeah.
114 and 19, and might be runs tonight in this game.
Ashcraft at home, 4-1, 9 starts with 10.5 Ks per 9 for Pittsburgh.
Keep riding the Marlins.
I think so, yeah.
26 and 8 run. Sandy's won 7 starts in a row. Messick, they've lost 6 of his last 7. As you said, you didn't want to do it, but hard to go against them, and how they swept the Mariners. What a story here.
Yep.
They keep doing it.
And 16-4 last 20. Best 20-game stretch in the franchise's history. 3 games back in their division. Alcantara has a very small sample size against the Guardians roster. It's 47 plate appearances, but a 34% K rate, 220 batting average allowed, and a 303 weighted on base. It feels like with the current form that Messick has been in and the Marlins red hot, is it 117 a nice number to bet on them?
Yeah, I don't know about the 7 either. I think they could get the runs off them too.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And 2 hot teams in Detroit. How about this? Since June 1st, the Tigers are 21-12 and lead the majors in ERA. Took out the A's again, swept them again. Great job by Detroit. And again, pretty good price here. I think they can get the Tanola and Flaherty. There's some bad numbers, but since the start of June, he's 2-1 with an ERA of 1.90 in the 5 starts.
Well, there's also this. Tigers also blazing hot in the first 5. In their last 18 games, the Detroit Tigers are 13-1-4 in the first 5. They will get runs early in this game off Nola.
There's 17 games over 500 when it's Sanchez or Wheeler. There's 7 games under when it's anybody else.
That makes sense.
So I'm with you. I see runs, and I don't mind the Tigers either here in this one. And you pointed out Schwarber to go deep.
Yeah, announced that he's going to be the home run derby. So I'm pretty convinced that the Tigers are going to get some off of him. I just don't know if Flaherty can limit the Phillies right away. So maybe that would be a total play in this game then? Again?
Mm-hmm. Yep, a total in the Yankees game too. Got to be runs in this one. Top 2 teams in all of baseball in home runs. Weathers 1-5 with an ERA of 6 in his last 7. Following Palmquist will be Littell, who's allowed the 2nd most home runs also in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that the Yankees can finally break out of it here, and it was good what they did against the Rays. And got to get the offense going. I think that'll happen here in this, not only tonight, but also in this series.
Well, some more like derivative markets here. The Yankees are 2-15-1 in their last 18 first 5s. So the Nationals are plus 125, and the Nats, this has been a running theme here pretty much the entire year. Their last 73 games, they're 42-21-10 in the first 5. I don't like the combination of guys that they're going to be trotting out there tonight. The opener, then probably Littell we're looking at.
That's
so
it, yeah.
There is that. But I will also tell you that when it comes to strikeouts, opposing pitchers are 15-4 over the Yankees their last 19. But Palmquist, it's over 1.5 is the K prop. So does he strike out 2 right away in the first inning?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that seems a bit aggressive.
Yeah, also, but the Cubs game. They're other than the Marlins, they're the hottest team.
I have a bet on this game. Yeah.
Okay. Shote against Hunter Green, his 2nd start. Suzuki, 450 career against them. And the Cubs, the schizophrenic Cubs, won 18-25. But I would say in that ballpark, I expect runs in this game too. Side's tough. I would lean the Cubs though. I think they can get the green.
Yeah. So when you expand the Suzuki numbers, 8 of those hits have been, 6 of the 8 hits have been extra base hits, and 2 of those for home runs. I played Suzuki over 1.5 total bases tonight at plus 125.
All right.
There's that. The Red Sox-Mets game, again, we think this is going to happen tonight.
Have they landed?
I believe.
Are they there? They have landed.
The Eagle has landed there. Okay. So they were stranded in Chicago after their series with the White Sox, plane problems. Now, the Mets keep taking money. I have bad numbers now on the Red Sox because I had no idea about the plane issues when I bet this. I just thought, McLean's really good. Mm-hmm. He's also been super solid like in the first 5 year to date. But don't overlook what Sonny Gray's doing here either. So he's 8-3-5 in the first 5. He has really good numbers pretty much across the board. The Red Sox are on a 15-2-2 tear in the first 5. The Mets overall, last 19, 3-10-6. I played Red Sox plus. You can get better numbers right now than I have. I played the Red Sox plus 130 first 5, and I played them plus 120 for the full game. This is like a thing that we've talked about several times when it's happened. Plane problems. You got to bet against that team. I'm telling you right now, and we'll start tracking this, I think, as of this minute. with this result tonight. It has really never impacted the teams that have had travel problems.
It doesn't impact Sonny Gray either.
No, it does not at all.
He's been awesome, and the team's won 11 of 13. So,
now, having said that, Soto's really good against him.
Okay.
A slash line of 462, 556, 769, 2 extra base hits, a home run, and 4 walks overall. You brought up the Dodgers against the Diamondbacks. Plenty of players. I will point out again.
Great numbers.
For those just tuning in, I mentioned this earlier, but no Ohtani tonight. He was supposed to be on the hill. And he, lifetime against Rodriguez, 7 of 23, 4 extra base hits and a home run, but he's not playing. He's out.
Freeman, 10 of 20 lifetime. Rojas, 700 lifetime against Rodriguez in that one.
So
now tough to pick a side with Ohtani out.
Saw the Dodgers today, like pushing 270 in this game.
Oh.
So Ohtani not making the start, worth like 70 cents here at Circa. That's the number right now. They're currently a $2 favorite. Rodriguez plus 178.
Too high. I know Bieber was hanging out with Macero. Bieber is a SoCal guy. He grew up 90 minutes from Petco. This is his first ever start in San Diego. Maybe he's juiced up and ready to go, that he's back home. Be a big deal for him. Also, it seems that the Rays are too cheap once again. They are 13-4 when Martinez starts. He is cheap at home against Castillo. Caminero, 500 career against Castillo. And they just cannot hit. You're right. Can't get on board with them right now. Yep. Raleigh, 9 home runs. He had 38 last year at this time.
Yeah, right before the break.
That's right.
Yep.
So I don't mind that one at all. And another one, Devers is on fire, and he's hitting 600 career against Gordon. I could see runs tonight in this one, and it's Robbie Ray for the Giants, and see if they can get the W tonight. But all about Devers props in that one coming up on the West Coast.
All right, some other K streaks for tonight's action. Opposing pitchers are 13-2 under their K prop against Texas last 15 games. Hunter Brown goes tonight for Houston. He does have high strikeout numbers, obviously. Under 5.5 is plus money. He's got a 26% K rate against Texas on top of his overall good numbers. Opposing pitchers are 7-1 under against the Nationals. Ryan Weathers under 5.5 is minus 145. And some other first 5 streaks as well. The Rays are 11-2-1 in their last 14. They're a small number against the Mariners. The Marlins are 14-4-1 in their last 19. I mentioned the Tigers, really, really good. And the A's are 1-9 in their last 10.
White Sox, what do you think? A's have lost 14 of 17. Didn't do anything last night again, right?
Yeah, and Murakami's back for the White Sox, by the way.
Burke about $1.60.
Yeah.
I'll go with that one. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season. 3 Circa Sports contest. Entry started at $1,000. No rake. Every dollar stays in the prize pool. Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and the High Roller. Circa Grandissimo. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. CircaSports.com for details while you're up there. Get the schedules, big and small, or get them both. CircaSports.com. Join now.
NBA with Justin Tricarico coming up next from Circa. In charge of the NBA numbers here. What does he make of the Kawhi Leonard situation, and how are bettors attacking potential landing spots for LeBron James?
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Talk some NBA offseason here. A lot to get into. Justin Tricarico joins the program, risk supervisor here at Circa Sports, diehard NBA guy, lifelong Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Are you still celebrating the win?
Yeah, I'm going to celebrate it until the Jets break my heart this year. So
Well, yeah.
I'm locked in, baby.
Well, you're good to go. They bought you some time anyway.
Exactly. I don't even know the Mets are the worst team in baseball.
Yeah, why would you even care at this point, right? It's all about the Knicks. Let's begin here. The LeBron thing is absolutely nuts. It keeps going back and forth, which we're going to touch on. But were bettors firing on the Raptors like right before and then after the original Kawhi news with that trade with LA?
Yes, we were getting some decent money on that, and I wasn't as afraid of it because honestly, I'm not a fan of their roster and they're capped out where they are. So it was like, all right, you want to bet the Raptors, fine. Mm-hmm. Then Kawhi comes, and I immediately have to cut the number in half. Again, real chance that this could be a team, especially in the risk room. We're not our NBA guys. We're not a big fan of Ingram, so losing him is almost, I thought, a positive. Like our player rating has him as, I think, a net negative. So getting Kawhi is huge.
I don't know what the comp to this is, but for the people who have bets on it, and then now the Raptors are saying, well, if something happens, we're out. This report, and then what? I mean, you're going to have people that are going to be screaming holy hell if suddenly he can't go to Toronto now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, what happened? The trade's rescinded. Ingram, who, he's not I don't know if he's in the best headspace to come back to Toronto.
Yeah,
and,
too.
Yeah, I mean, what happened? If it's going to get rescinded, that means Kawhi is going to get suspended. So Clippers are still dead in the water, and Raptors are in shambles, and the bets are going to go. Their odds are going to go the opposite way. So.
It's a fascinating discussion. Like, what would the suspension or sanctions have to be, where Toronto says, "Okay, we'll still take them," or say we're out, and then what does that do to the extension, or what does that do to? Do I have to increase then or lower my offer? Based on what a mess they created here.
I mean, if let's say it's half the season. Let's say the ruling is 41 games.
Okay.
Do they do it?
If they have the option, I still think they would.
Or
it's not like a David Stern situation where he stepped in and vetoed that Chris Paul trade. Like, I think the NBA would let the trade go through. And if you're Toronto, I'd roll the dice on 41 games of Kawhi.
Well, how about this? How about that would be the ruling? And then you have to factor in Kawhi's injury history. And then he gets there, and then he's hurt for like 22 games.
That's a very good point too, because if he comes out injured or he gets injured and he's not able to gel with them right away, and then he has to kind of pick up in the playoffs, that would be a rough spot.
Hey guys, I know I'm joining you now in February, but I can't do back-to-backs. That's not going to happen.
Oh man, it's an interesting situation, something we've never seen before.
Yeah, ugly. So how about this LeBron story? And it keeps dropping at the prediction markets to Cleveland based on the report from Windhorse now. So let's say if it's Miami or it's Cleveland, what would you do with the numbers if he moves the needle?
I opened these markets last month, and I've been willing to take on Cavs money. I've been inviting Cavs money because I just don't like that team. If he goes there, obviously I'm going to have to cut them, and I can imagine a flood of public money coming in. Miami, I mean, they're already priced really low, obviously after getting Giannis. And what's the fit there? Like, it would be really interesting from a bookmaking perspective. Like, how low can I go on Miami? Can I get them to number 2? Probably. Would I feel, if I was betting it, would I feel great about it? No, I feel like I'd miss the boat completely. So
yeah, I got to be honest. Like, if he goes to Miami, I will not attack that market whatsoever. I want nothing to do with the Heat. Yep. I don't think they're a championship team with or without him.
That's reasonable.
I do think it would move the needle for me if he goes to Philadelphia.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, you agree?
I have Philly higher than the market. I opened them higher than the market. I love what they did. I like, I'm a Knicks fan, obviously, but I don't hate on the Celtics. And I think Jaylen Brown's a really good piece. Maxi's a superstar already. VJ Edgecomb's on the rise. And if you get 80% of Embiid, 80%.
All right.
You got a real shot there.
Okay. I would think if LeBron goes to Miami, the big winners are the Knicks.
We're always winning, baby.
Right? Isn't that?
I mean,
they just sit back, say, "Okay, come get us now."
Yeah.
Because I'm with you on Miami if he goes there, and then the Cavs miss out, and they swept them, no problem, and Boston lost Brown.
Well, analytically, it wasn't a sweep, but yes.
Yes, right. Whatever. Yeah.
I like Brown, and I really, Philly worries me the most in the East, and it's not even close.
Have you been inviting Celtics money as well? They're like second in the East, according to a lot of books. I don't get it.
I don't get it at all. Everyone opened up Celtics won, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, do we watch the game? Do we watch just what happened? So I opened the Knicks first, took some Celtic money. I felt perfectly fine with that, and now the market's where it is, and they're second, and that second feels very soft to me.
Okay, so a little Western Conference here. I am a believer that the Lakers are going to be a fun team to watch next year. I have interest in betting their win total over. I think it's 44.5 or 45. I think they could. It has shades of Luka's teams in Dallas early on written all over it. I think they're going to be a fun and an exciting and a good regular. I just want nothing to do with them in the future market other than the win total.
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
Completely fair. And yeah, I mean, it's Luka's team obviously now. Strictly regular season, because I think postseason Reeves gets hunted and that on defense, and that's going to hurt them. But strictly regular season, that win total, I'd be pounding that over. I'm releasing the win totals next week, and I'm definitely going to be higher on that Lakers market.
You are.
Because I completely agree with you. They got rim runners. They got everything you need for a Luka team. So
What do you do with Denver? They just flat out waived Valanciunas, and it looks like Watson could go as well, and that they're not going to help out Joker, and who knows what the roster is going to look like.
I mean, last time I came on, I said Denver was winning the championship, and man, all regular season they disappointed me because I loved getting Hardaway, and a couple of the pieces they got. The kid from the Nets, Thomas.
Right.
Like I loved how they filled out their bench last year. I'm like, man, this team's cooking, and just flamed out spectacularly. They're a year older. Is Murray the guy? I don't know. Like, can he be the number 2 to Jokic still? I don't know. And
Gordon's always hurt.
yeah, I protected them last year because I really saw them making a run, and obviously that didn't work out. This year, I'm open season on the Nuggets. I'll take Nuggets money.
Yeah, okay. Are you intrigued by the Wolves at all?
Oh yeah,
You are.
I am. I'm a ball guy. I admit
Really?
it. I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I'm so they're going to be my League Pass team. That's for sure. I'm going to be watching them on League Pass. I mean, not having Randall, I think that's maybe a positive.
Yeah, I could see that.
The ball should move, and I think there could be some really fun stuff there. What does Gobert have left, though? I don't know. So they're one of the teams I've been kind of protecting in the West because people do like to bet on them in general.
Do they? Okay. Would they be your sleeper in the West, or do you have a different team there and a sleeper in the East?
Oh man, in the West, right now the way the pricing is, I would definitely lean on the T-Wolves. I'm not a Rockets guy. I don't see them doing it. Not a Suns guy. If I'm just looking at the prices, I'm definitely would take a shot on the T-Wolves. And as far as the East, Atlanta, I feel like they're pretty underrated. I don't know if they can quite get over the hump yet, but just price-wise, they're like priced 7th in the East, and that feels a little off.
Yeah, here's the thing about that division, right? The Southeast. It's nothing but like the narrative, the steam. It's all about Miami because of Giannis. That to me means that I like the 3 other teams in that division. I like Atlanta. I really like Charlotte. Liam McNeely, 29 points last night, Summer League, and Steinbach with a double-double out the bench, by the way.
Yes.
Right. And like, I was never an Orlando guy last year.
No.
I thought the market just got bonkers when they traded for Bane. They went to like 5-1. Mm-hmm. But we saw like their ceiling against Detroit, the 1 seed in the like. Maybe this is the year for Orlando. I've
talked myself into them probably 2 years in a row. Like, all right, that defense is really good if they can just get, and it hasn't happened. It wouldn't shock me, but I've been pretty excited to take Magic money. The one team that kind of throws me off out there is the Pacers price.
Yeah.
I feel like they're priced like Hallie's coming back as a superstar. I've been pretty happy to take Pacers money.
Really?
I have.
They beat your Knicks back-to-back years.
I know they did. But that's a tough injury to come back from. They don't have Miles Turner, so I've been happy to take some Pacers money.
Right. You watched a little Summer League last night? You see?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going this week too a couple times.
It's a great event.
Oh, it's the best.
Dabansa, it's one game. He looked awesome last night. He looked like the real deal.
Yeah.
And they did a great job against Peterson. I don't know. I'm intrigued to watch Washington if they have their guys healthy. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's the second NBA League Pass team. Timberwolves and Wizards. You're going to have yourself a fun night every night. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Justin Tricarico, risk supervisor here at Circa. Great to see you. Enjoy the Summer League. We
you
appreciate
guys are
your
the
time.
best. Thank you so much for having me.
You got it. Up next, strong opinions from Chael Sonnen on the McGregor-Holloway main event tomorrow night. You're going to hear what he had to say coming up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Looking at numbers right now for tomorrow night's main event. Conor McGregor, first fight in 5 years. Hasn't won a fight in 6 years. Taking on Max Holloway, one of the best to do it. And here at Circa, Max is now back to minus 245. I've seen FanDuel at 225 on him. So I'm going to play the waiting game here. Although earlier today, again, before Sinner, I did do a parlay, which, whatever, but I did Sinner to beat Joker. He did. I did Spain to advance. They did. And I got it tied into Holloway tomorrow night. Paid about plus 120. We'll see how it goes. If this thing goes under $2, it's going to be an autoplay for me on Holloway. It just has to be. And there are two. Well, we had Lou Finocchiaro on the program yesterday. If you missed it, you can go back and listen to the Follow the Money podcast. He was awesome on the breakdown. His write-up at vsin.com, superb. Same thing, Rob Moreno. Awesome numbers, great breakdowns on that fight and other fights as well. But does it go below $2? Will we see in the next, let's say, 28 hours, do we get just an influx of money from the public on McGregor? I'm willing to wait and
I don't know.
I'm willing to make that bet. And
I
say
was
yes.
confident, yeah, but now we're back up to 230. I don't know. I don't think the sharps will allow it. Even though the public will all come. I mean, 90% of the bets on the guy at some places. Crazy.
Yeah. So we're going to play you a couple of really good, strong pieces of audio here. Chael Sonnen was on Ariel Helwani's podcast. And the first one here is when Chael met Conor in person this week, talking about how big he is.
I'm looking at him, I said, Conor, I fought middleweights my whole life. I didn't fight anybody smaller than you. He said, Chael, I don't want to talk about my weight. This was a surprise answer. He said, I'm going to keep my weight close, but I will tell you for the first time ever, I got to pull down to 170. And if I was to guess, I mean, he's closer to 180 than he is 170. Could that be relevant in the fight? Yeah, maybe. If he got on top of Max, he would hold Max. He held him the first time, and now he's a bigger, stronger guy. It is a piece of this that the bettors, the odds makers, that nobody knew.
Okay. That's Chael's thoughts on how big he was. A little bit more here and this one's really opening. Talked about McGregor facing a series of nearly impossible obstacles to come back from.
Max perhaps has the clearest path to victory of anybody that's fought in a UFC main event in history.
How so?
The most obvious sporting event of my lifetime was Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. That was the most obvious outcome that we're going to have. In UFC history for main events, Conor is not going to have to just do something that no human has done. He has to do three things. Nobody has returned to a weight class higher than their prime, and you could even go back to boxing, looked great. Nobody has returned from a compound fracture, looked great, or even found success on their first time. Nobody has returned to a 5-round proposition, and that is the biggest one. This is a different sport. People want to talk about Conor versus Max part one. Is that relevant? Does that matter to this? It was a different game. You change one rule to a game. You go make basketball 5 quarters or 3 quarters. You have a different game. Conor and Max are being asked to do something that nobody else on the card are being asked to do. They're playing a different sport, which, by the way, is different than the one that they first played. That's the biggest problem. If this was a 3-round proposition, fine. There is no scenario where Conor McGregor will leave his stool for the 4th round.
No scenario.
Wow.
Possibly the best path to victory ever in the UFC for Max Holloway.
Oh.
Based on those 3 sets of criteria. Pretty strong.
Makes sense, too.
Yep.
If conditioning and cardio was a problem, and now you're bigger.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no scenario where he gets off the stool after the 3rd round.
And then, Lou had that tied into one of his parlays, that we won't start the 5th round.
Right.
You could even go 4th then if you want to.
Holloway right now on Kelshi is 69%. McGregor there 31%. They have about 19 million in volume. That thing might get to, 50 million in volume by tomorrow. This guy, it's no joke when he fights. I mean, he takes over, his fans take over loss. I mean, in his prime, it was like Oscar De La Hoya almost, which was, it always presented one of the best nights of the entire year when Oscar would fight. Just the people watching was off the charts. Yeah,
out of the game too long.
Yeah.
I'm with Sonnen. The other thing, too, I understand where he was coming from, though, with the fame got to him and that stuff Lou always talks about with the private jets and the champagne. But,
sure.
And I guess I could see, being gregarious, and I'm the party guy now in proper 12, and I always got to leave the house with a couple bottles of alcohol, and I'm doing shots with everybody. But it also got a dark turn there, too, what happened. But also coming off the injury is another thing. So excellent breakdown from Sonnen.
Yep.
Excellent. He would surprise a lot of people, I think, if he's impressive tomorrow.
I even talked to one odds maker here in town, and I asked the question, and he's a big UFC guy, and I said, how does McGregor win the fight? And his response was, if this thing gets to like $1.80,
Yeah.
it absolutely is going to be a massive bet.
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't make any sense if that happens. And I don't know, again, but it's something I'm not going to force it right now. There's no, if you like Max, there's no reason to bet him right now, in my opinion.
Up to almost 90 million Kalshi with the LeBron market. And yesterday it was the streets are talking. He's coming to Cleveland. Bill Simmons on his podcast talking over as a co-host. Now it's over. It's a done deal. He's going to Cleveland. He used Golden State as leverage. Tony Rizzo, ESPN Cleveland, in about 5 minutes. This is today, ESPN Cleveland, Brian Windhorst on what he's hearing now, the latest with LeBron.
I just want you to know that I'm hearing stuff in other cities, too. I'm not going to say who, but I had somebody on the phone with me today that I consider a good source who was swearing it's a done deal in another city a couple hours ago, okay? And so I am being very, very cautious. Right now, it's too scattered. I also know how LeBron has operated. They have kept their circle very tight. I understand that you can point to cupcakes and whatnot and say, no, people knew. I'm hearing rumors all day long, and all of them make some level of sense, and all of them make some level of not sense. But I'm just telling you, Cleveland is not the only place where there are rumors.
Dan, you saw the move today then on Miami.
Oh.
And Cleveland, how high did you see him? 65?
60, yeah, in that neighborhood.
And we're down to 46?
Lower than that.
Oh, no.
Lower than that now.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like the 76ers, who we were told still one of the three teams earlier in the week, they're fourth. They're fourth behind Golden State. Right now, Pauly market 45% to the Cavaliers, 28%. That's been hovering now during the show around 28, 30% the entire time. And Golden State number 3 on the list at 17%. The Sixers up to 11. Okay, so they have taken a tick up today. They were below 10% a little bit earlier.
I'd be surprised and a little bit disappointed if it's Miami. I don't think it makes a lot of basketball sense either.
No, I don't.
Because and the other thing is, I know he was 25-5 last year, what he averaged, and he was so good in the playoffs against the Rockets, and I know second greatest player all time, but
I don't know about that.
You're 42 years old. I mean, that's the other thing. Number one, how long this is taking, the song and dance. This isn't like 8 years ago. It's not even close to when the decision happened as well. But it's you're going to be 42. So I don't think it really does a lot if Miami acquires him either, just because it's a bad basketball fit. Cleveland thing we love because going home, and that's how you want to end it. But
what are we going to get? Are we going to get? Look,
let's wrap it up though. Come on.
If he goes to Miami, are we talking about LeBron? Think about this for a second. There's no more Norman Powell on the team. He's gone. He went to Chicago. Tyler Hero, obviously, in the freak deal. Are we going to get like 15 threes a game combined from Bam, Giannis, and LeBron? That's I just threw up in my mouth with that thought.
We got your guy Hardaway, but I don't know that the spacing.
I like that pickup.
The spacing looks terrible.
I would say defensively, well, LeBron would be the defensive liability on the team, but still going into the season, they're in theory very, very good defensively.
Oh, what do you got, Corey? Wow. Shams, Bam, and Hero got in a fight today in Las Vegas.
You're kidding me.
Bam struck Hero, sources tell Shams. Well, that's not a fair fight.
He struck him.
Come on. What happened?
I guarantee I know what happened.
Practice court in a Las Vegas hotel. He approached Hero about comments he made after critiquing him on social media after his run ended in Miami.
Wasn't happy as a teammate? I wonder if we're in Las Vegas, do you think Tyler Hero threw any trash talk out there about Asia Wilson, Bam's girlfriend? Was that the icing on the cake and the move that made Bam swing at him?
I don't know.
I'll lay $2 it was.
Yeah, really? Huh.
I don't know. I'm just having fun with it right now.
No, critiquing his play.
Did not like him as a teammate. Oh, that's going to be, what is it? That's off the court. What happens?
Well, I don't know.
Can Hero press charges on that? Bam's going to spend some time in the behind bars here in Las Vegas?
No, that's not fair. Come on. There's a big difference there in size.
Yeah.
That's not right. Come on. I don't care what he said. He can't do that. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a little too easy for him.
Yeah.
But, well, Hero obviously running his mouth for sure. All right, we're going to get down to brass tacks on this. True or false, LeBron James is signing with the Cavaliers. We're going to ask the legend from Cleveland, Tony Rizzo, coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.